Hi everyone and welcome to This Black Girl Loves Anime. My name is Fatima, but you can call me Tima. So I am about to talk about an anime that really surprised me, that climbed to like the very top of my list as my favorite animes of all time, and that is My Hero Academia. And I discovered this anime because one of another anime that I love so much. It's one of my favorites as well as Black Clover. Whenever you go on YouTube just to see like theories and stuff, because it's something that I love doing, hearing other people's opinion on the characters, I learned that that there's some My Hero fans that are not into Black Clover, which is okay. You don't have to like it, but it's also a great anime. Check it out, give it a chance. But in the comments, that's how I discovered My Hero Academia, and so I went and I tried to check this anime out. So my process of getting into this anime took a very long time. I think over in the course of 6 months. That's how long it took me to finally say, okay, go through the episode. So I started when I learned about this anime and I looked at the image. I was just like, okay, he's adorable. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Then I went straight to Hulu, and I was watching it, and I could not get past the first 7 minutes. So I was just like, okay, you know what? I'll watch it another time. So I turned it off, went to something else, went to, I believe, Black Clover or Tokyo Ghoul, one of those that I was watching at that time. And then I decided to give it a chance because I'm hearing all these wonderful things. I went back weeks later. Could not get past the 7 minutes. So I put it aside. Weeks or months later, I decided to give it another try. Could not get past the 7 minutes. Then one day I decided to just watch it, and I was just like, no matter what, do not click it off. So I think for me, part of the reason why I couldn't get past the first 7 minutes is because there was so much going on, and all these characters in the background. Some were human, some didn't look human, and I didn't understand what this was, right? There wasn't any content to what was going on, and you hear the word quirk, and I didn't know what quirk was, but as you watch it, you learn that quirk is just superpowers, right? Or having mana or something, an ability that that makes you special in the sense. And so for me, when it came to the show, I didn't know that. So for me, I had a hard time really adjusting, even though I'm a huge Marvel fan, right? Huge Marvel fan. For me, this superhero show, I couldn't really wrap my mind around it. And so I decided to just give the episode a chance. And once I got past the 7 minutes, you start to learn more about what it is about and what makes the show amazing. And that, there's a population, where 20% don't have magical powers. And the ones that do, they want to be superheroes, but some of them don't want to be heroes for the right reason. And so I think that's what drew me to it. And the character, Ooka Midori, oh my God. He has to be the first main character of a show that ended up being a favorite character of mine. Because normally I don't like the main characters. Well, I take that back. I do like Asta a lot. I like Asta. I love, but gets on my nerves because I feel like he's too cliche for no reason. He has all these powers, but you're not explaining how he has his powers, right? Whatever. It's not about this video. It's not about them. But with Izuku, is what I saw from him is, this back and forth with his rival, him not having any powers, but he strives to be a hero, and his journey to, when he did eventually receive powers. And I'm gonna say that if you haven't watched the show, I'm not even going to discuss that, but you just watch it and see, because I want you to enjoy the ride that I went through as I was watching the very first episode. But the one thing that I do want to say about Ooka Midori is that, he's a true hero. This guy has no powers, but he doesn't think twice before running into danger. And I think for me, I could look and I could relate to the fact that, you have all these other heroes that are they want to be heroes for the right reason, or, they're just doing this for popularity and fame and money and to get rich. And, they have quirks, but then you have this one kid who doesn't have any powers, but he does it because he wants to save lives. He wants to be like his hero. And for me, it was such an amazing series. And then I realized how lucky I was that I kept pushing this anime back, because when I decided to watch it, I was able to binge 3 seasons. Where I don't think like the okay, so season 4 is coming out. It's October 12th. I'm really excited about that. I got my family into this anime, so everyone is waiting for it. For me, I'm not going to watch it when it releases, right? One, I read the manga up to, the arc before the villain arc. If you don't read the manga, you should. But then I would recommend with this anime, because this anime is so good, you probably don't want to read the manga, only because I don't know. We'll see. I have also, when I start to watch season 4, I'll know if it's worth it, because with Black Clover, I read to the updated version, and I found that when I was watching the anime, I was quite disappointed, right? And I think if I had only stuck with the anime, I wouldn't have been disappointed. But regardless of which, the manga is really amazing. The anime could be better. I felt like the graphics was better in the beginning. Then it's not about Black Clover. I'm sorry. But for me, that's why I think it all depends on your character, right? If you want to read the manga, go read the manga. But I suggest just enjoying, like, just sitting and just enjoying the anime when it comes out. What I won't do is that, like I was saying before I went off the rails, because I try to be scripted, but I can't stay scripted. I cannot be caged. I'm sorry. Is that, my regrets was that I read the manga, but I'm not going to watch it when it releases. I'm going to wait so I can binge it, because I'm a binger. I prefer binging. That's something that Netflix did to me. They ruined me. I cannot watch week to week anymore, and even if I do, it's like killing me to the next episode. So I really, really do recommend this anime. And I know for most people, it's either you're into superhero or you're not. But I want viewers to go into this anime not thinking that this is a superhero anime. It's more about friendship bond and, bravery, the journeys of a character who starts off with no powers at all, and then, eventually how he got his quirk and what he does with his quirk, and how that affects it. It's like a chain reaction between everyone in his life and who he meets, and the friendships that he makes with powerhouse people. There are characters, I'm telling you guys right now, that is so worth watching the show just to learn more about them. And one of my favorite is Kachan. Kachan he's one way. He is your typical asshole, right? Excuse my language. But he's your typical asshole that you can't bend, right? And even when he does slightly, you can't bend him, but you'll realize that you'll love the fact that he is an asshole from the beginning to the end. He's not the jerk that starts off like a jerk and then becomes nice. No, he's straightforward to the very end, right? To where we are in the manga and and in the anime. Todoroki, God, that's another story. I love this character. I love him. And then you have, there's other characters that are great, but I don't care for them. And the reason why I say this is that, I don't really care for romance novels, and I don't like you hinting them. First off, let's be clear. Stop hinting, and I know that that's what they're doing. Stop hinting that Momo and Shotaro are going to hook up. Because that for me does not work. I don't want this to be about romance. I understand Ochako and Midoriya, whatever, from the beginning, their friendship, their bonds. I would rather not have it, but if it needs be, leave Shoto alone, right? And if anything, why can't he be with Froggy? Another character that I think that you guys will love is Froggy. She's so cool. And then you have Tokoyami, and then you have the rest of the cast. You have his entire. Just watch it. So for me, it was really a surprise. Watching this anime and realizing that there's more to it than just fighting, and I think for me that was one of the reasons why I love this anime so much. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I really do think that if you start watching this anime and you're confused by why there are humans and then there are creatures that in the society, no, that's their quirk. So a quirk can make you into a shark man. And so for me, that was part of the reason why I had a hard time watching the show when I started, because I didn't understand that there wasn't any backstory to understanding why this was happening, and I thought it was weird. And especially when you go from an anime like Free, where the graphic is like off the charts, you then look at My Hero Academia's graphic is great, but for me it didn't make sense. I was just like, I was expecting everything to always be beautiful. And so but as you watch it, you'll realize that My Hero is also beautiful, and the message behind it. And oh gosh, I can gush about this anime all day, but I can just tell you, just go check it out, and I really think you would appreciate it. It's not your typical cliche superhero show. This one is like, it's well written, and the author's story about, this was his last, this was it. If this didn't work out, he was going to be done. For me, I was just like, oh my god. When you're a writer, you kind of know how that feels. You're like, you just want people to love your show, and you put your heart and your soul into creating something, and you just want the world to see and love it. And I think he did a great job pouring his heart into this anime. And so if you haven't seen it, guys, go check it out. My Hero Academia, it's amazing. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see future videos, please subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.